Hello everyone, today we're going to be working on solving systems by graphing by calculator. So our goal for today is to solve a system of equations by graphing it on the calculator. So as a warm-up, I want you to solve the following systems of equations by graphing by hand. Be sure to write your solution as a point. So I want you to go ahead and do that warm-up on your own, and we'll go over it in class tomorrow. So make sure you get that done in order to get full credit for your notes. So you should pause the video, complete the warm-up, and then continue on. Now, when you did the second one, were you able to find an exact solution to number 2? If you did it correctly, the answer should be no. And the reason is because it didn't cross or didn't intersect at whole numbers. So that's where graphing on the calculator comes in handy. So sometimes we can't find the solution to a system by graphing by hand, so we need to be able to graph it on the calculator also. So here I have all of the steps for you on how to solve by graphing on your calculator. We're not going to read through these right now because we're going to go through problems together, but this is an important part of your notes because if you forget what you're supposed to do or forget any of the steps, it's all written down right here for you. So let's go on to the next page here. So we're going to solve this system by graphing on our calculators. Be sure to follow all of the directions. Any rounding should be done to the nearest hundredth. Make sure that you have your graphing calculator out right now. If you don't have it out, grab it out because you need to be following along with me. If you don't follow along with me, you're not going to know how to do these problems when you go to do your worksheet, and I will be able to tell. So please make sure that your calculator is out and you're following along with me. So first thing we want to do is identify our y1 and our y2. So we have 3x plus 2 and then negative 3/4 x plus 4. So we are going to go to the calculator. Let me make that fit in here. Alright, you're going to click your y equals, clear out anything that's already in there, and we're going to type them in. So 3x plus 2. Oops, looks like I skipped my 3 there. And negative 3/4. Remember, if you don't have the calculators with the pretty print, you just put the 3 divided by 4 in parentheses. Alright, then a good idea is to click zoom 6 because that will get you back to the standard window in case you had changed the window for any reason. So now once we have our 2 lines, we're going to draw a sketch. Remember, the sketch doesn't have to be completely accurate. You just need to make sure that your intersection point is in the right quadrant. So now we're going to go ahead and find the intersection point. So second, trace, 5 for intersect, and then enter 3 times. And remember, we're going to round to the hundredth. So 0.53, comma, 3.6. Alright, let's try the next one. So now for number 2, we need to solve these for y in order to be able to put them in the calculator. So we would first subtract 2x, so then we would have negative 3y equals negative 2x minus 2. Then we would have to divide by negative 3, so we would get y equals 2/3 x plus 2/3. So that's going to be our y1. Then for y2, we're going to subtract 4x, so negative 6y equals negative 4x minus 4. Then if we divide by negative 6, we're going to get y equals 2/3 x plus 2/3. So we'll put that in y2. So when we can go to type them in, Remember, if you don't have the pretty print on your calculator, just do the 2/3 in parentheses. Oops. So then when we graph that, there's our first line, and then our second line goes right on top of it, which if we look back, those two equations were the same, so that means we're getting two lines on top of each other. When that happens, our solution is all points on the line. All right, and then on to our last one. So first thing so the first one actually is already solved for y, so 6x plus 4. In our second one, we would add 4x to both sides, so we'd have 10y equals 4x minus 60. And then if we divide by 10 on both sides, we get y equals 2/5 x minus 6. So we can put those both into the calculator. So 6x plus 4 equals 2/5 x minus 6. So we can graph those. So I'm going to start out with a sketch. And then we can find the intersection point. So second, trace 5. And then enter 3 times. And again, we're going to round to the 100th. So then we've got negative 1.79, comma, negative 6.71. And that will be our solution. All right, that's all I have for you for notes today. Make sure if you have any questions that you jot them down and try rewatching the video. Good luck.